these Cubist pieces with these cubes representing arbitrary or random facets of ourselves that sometimes work together, sometimes they create tension. I think as we go through our day-to-day life, we experience all of this conflict or harmony, or we feel that we have go in a certain flow in a certain direction. It's a continuous combination of form and shape and emotion and sensations. And that's what these cubes represent. With all of these seamless and infinitely complex forms, they rearrange themselves as we want to perceive them. And at that point in time, I think the artwork starts to live by itself as a life of its own. And that's my ultimate goal with any type of artwork I'm trying to do. What I did, I tried to remove the superfluous so that there's not too much distraction, so that he let the eyes, roaming through these pieces freely and see all kind of other things, where it comes down to just seeing the shape itself, or a cube, or is it interesting with another one, and then we can see a landscape, or we can see a cityscape, and it could be figurative from a certain distance, it can be completely abstract if you take every of the separate elements of these cubes. So it's a little bit the idea of infinity, because these cubes can be assembled and carved and designed and put together in a million different ways. Then the act actually of pouring the resin is like freezing things in time, It's like I'm fully living the moment, I'm experiencing this sense of freedom. Then I pour the resin, and then that's it. I crystallize this moment. So there is an element in that is quite freeing. It kind of gives a sense of freedom of expression, where until I pour the resin in the background to, gather them all together in a single unified composition, then the variation can be infinite. There can be every possibility is there at any time. It's not magic, but it feels like magic. Each is one of a kind, in the sense that, there's no two other faces. Each composition is, just a reflection of who we are. So this is where it touches with the infinite, the way these cubes and the shapes interact together. Yeah, the chesses, it's really, it kind of started this way with the Cubist series. That first of all, I wanted to do another theme, I wanted to create some kind of a opposition between the black and the white, not just me making repetitive pieces between the two, but create a theme. In this case, I created on one side the more representational world from, the art world, and the other side a more abstracted representation of the typical chess pieces. I think the commonality between the flow theory and the Cubist is still about the human face. It's still about the fact that we are made of multiple parts. The human part is key to my attempt to create something different. Eventually everything converges as you back away from the piece. Then you recognize the humanity that I'm trying to infuse these pieces with. It's basically these monumental faces. You have the eyes looking in different directions. You have these expressions that we all relate to with these emotions. And then the element that we can discover one facet at a time, if we willing to participate in relating to these faces and to relating to the fact that we are composed of different parts, then we can make our eyes travel the way we want it and discover something that we wouldn't expect, something that is very different than our day-to-day life, but also in the same time relates completely to who we are. So it's a wonderful process of creation that I really enjoy doing, and it helps me being grounded in the present. It's a self-discovery, and I continue loving it and practicing it.